Through that interception in third quarter.
Yeah, no, it was we were in a bracket coverage there, and quarterback came to his initial read to the boundary on the single side receiver, and then went back to the field, and I felt the slot receiver had kind of beat the nickel, and it was kind of climbing pretty fast, and so just tried to show some color, and by the time I got my head around, the ball was already in the air, and so I knew I was just going to go up and get it.
You guys had a lot of success stopping Cincinnati's rush defense. Rush offense? What did you guys see in this game plan to stop that?
Yeah, no, I thought the front seven played outstanding. You know, I think JT and Keanu had another great game, both of them, and I thought the backers played well. Obviously, we'll be able to break it down a little more on film, but I thought the front seven handled the run game extremely well tonight.
Tanner, what does it say? You guys just keep grinding out these games. They're sometimes not pretty, but what does it just say about you guys as a team?
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of our personality, right? That we're going to find a way to win these games, and throughout the game there might be some weird plays here or there. Or, at the end of the game we scored 26 points. I feel like sometimes it's kind of weird the final score we end up with, but we always find a way to win, and that's what it's going to take to get us to where we want to be. So whatever that looks like, we'll always take a win.
What kind of statement do you think you guys made tonight as far as playoff and enhancing your guys' resume?
I mean, I think we did exactly what we were supposed to do, right? We were supposed to come in here and win this game, and I think the way we handled the red zone, their red zone offense was supposed to be one of the best in the country, and I thought we handled that extremely well. We ran the ball. I mean, LJ had 230 yards rushing, something like that. So, I mean, LJ deserves to be the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Week, and I thought the O-line played outstanding too. So I think all around just came out and were able to play a great game tonight.
Why do you think this team has been able to close out games in November and give yourself a chance going last year, when last year you were kind of in the same spot but didn't quite get there?
Yeah, I think it's a focus thing for us. I think it's us knowing, it's going to take a lot of effort and a lot more preparation on our part, but also it's the love we have for each other, right? This team's super tight knit, and we've been able to accomplish some great things already this year, and are working towards the real things that we're excited about accomplishing. But I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, there's a lot of veterans on this team too who were on the team last year who, it felt bad to be in the driver's seat and then lose that ability to control our destiny. So we're trying to keep that in our hands.
You brought up LJ. What can you say about the type of leader that he is in this locker room?
I mean, all of us, LJ's a quiet guy, so not super vocal as a leader, but we know the way he performs with his play, and he's just such a focused guy, and he came out, and the way that he played tonight, like that's just shows who he is as a player, and in a game when he needed to have a game like that, he did, and just so proud of how dominant he looked out there tonight, and he was amazing.
Any other questions for Tanner? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Tanner Wall, interception machine.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
All right, questions for Keanu?
How would you describe the way you guys kind of gutted out another tough Big 12 win?
I think it stemmed down to the desire, the heart, and the unity of this team. We built that unity back in August, and we're seeing the fruits of that now, and I absolutely love it.
What was the game plan coming in to stop their ground attack? You guys only give up 87 yards tonight.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. I mean, they have a great offense. They run it very uniquely the way that they want to. The game plan was to stay assignment sound and to put forth effort. With that wide zone that they run, they're just finding a crease, so it's just find a way to get to that ball.
Keanu, linemen don't ever get nearly enough credit. How tough are those O-linemen on the other side of the ring from you then?
Those are ours or theirs?
Yours.
Ours are phenomenal. I mean, those are some dogs. I mean, I think we had over 200 rushing yards. LJ's a great back, but he would be terrible if he had no O-line. So they just play extremely complimentary. Those are dogs up front. Those are my brothers, great people off the field, but just ruthless players.
Back-to-back double-digit wins since that Texas Tech loss. What did that loss a couple weeks ago kind of do to turn this team around, you think?
It put on a sense of urgency. It made us recognize that we're not just trying to squeeze by. A lot of people say we're lucky. I think we're diligent, and I think we expect to win. And so that's just allowed us to skyrocket from that loss into where we are now, is play our football. Stop just trying to squeeze by. Beat us from the beginning to the end.
Your
coach doesn't like to talk about the playoff narrative and all that kind of stuff. What about you guys in the locker room? Is that something you guys are ever talking about or thinking about?
We try to reflect that of our culture, but we know what the goal is, and we know what it was set out to be. So sometimes when the ranking comes out and we're surprised by it, we're blessed to have this example, which is to put our head down and go to work. And as we win and do what we need to, then we'll be sitting well when that comes up.
What can you say about what LJ means to this team?
LJ's a heart and soul player. I was just eating with him a little bit earlier today for that pregame meal, talking to him, and his leadership is phenomenal. He may not be the loudest player, but his play speaks for itself. His work, he's one of the earliest there and one of the last people there. So he's a heart and soul of this team and this offense. I absolutely love that guy.
Any other questions for Keanu?
Senior day or next week, last game of the regular season, just kind of you're one step closer to getting to Arlington. Just what do you think that stage is going to be like next week?
We love playing at home. We can't wait for it, but it's just the consistency of action and being deliberate to the culture every week. Handle our business, and we'll be sitting in Arlington.
Yeah, thank you guys. Everybody make it home safe.
All right, thank you.
Oh, you got it.
Bruce, game ball to the O-line tonight.
I'll take it. Yeah, it was a fun night, being able to run the ball, and LJ's a heck of a back. He was finding the creases even when they were small, so happy with how the O-line performed.
What was kind of said when you guys went in that last drive, 4 minutes on the clock? What the circumstances were. What was said?
Yeah, I think everybody understood the circumstances. There wasn't much that needed to be said. We knew we could end the game. If we went out and scored a touchdown or were able to kill the clock all the way, we did a little bit of both. We scored. We got it down, I think, to 50 seconds. Pretty much iced the game. So that was a really fun drive. I think all we called was run plays, being able to call LJ's number, and then the 4 guys around me just performing to the best of their ability. That's a good defense, and we were able to run the ball against them. It was a fun last drive, and being able to ice the game like that. I don't think we've really been able to do that this year, but we took the field with almost 5 minutes of play time and scored a touchdown and left 50 seconds on the clock.
Was that kind of game plan in general, Bruce? Is that a lineman's dream with a tailback like LJ, a running quarterback like Bear, that kind of thing? Was that just kind of dream?
It's awesome. I always tease Bear about being a fullback because he's as big as a fullback. So no, it's awesome.
Fullback's number 2.
Right. It's awesome being able to have those guys just. Even if we don't open something up, like they're going to go get 1 or 2 yards just because they're so big and strong. So, no, it's awesome having them being able to open up the run game with Bear in different aspects, Obviously, you can see we're not scared to run him in the A-gap a couple times here and there. So it's awesome having Bear, and yeah.
Back-to-back weeks, you guys have had double-digit wins. What's changed since that Texas Tech loss?
Nothing's changed. Just reminded us of what we needed to do, what it takes to win games. I think it's always humbling to take a loss, and we want to get those guys again, and we understand what we got to do to get another shot at those guys. So I think it just reminded us of what it takes to win games consistently, the small things, and there's times we weren't executing the best, but when it counted the most, offense was able to execute, defense was able to execute, and we were able to win the game comfortably once again.
You guys had 17 more minutes time of possession. How much did you enjoy that to really kill that clock?
Yeah, I'm sure the defense loved that, being able to watch that. Obviously, Cincinnati's a little more up-tempo than us, so that's going to make a difference in the time of possession, but you're able to run the ball for almost 300 yards, you're going to have the ball for most of the game.
Bruce, Keanu said that some people call you guys lucky, but he had another word. What would be your word to describe this team?
Yeah, I wouldn't use lucky. I don't know what was so lucky about tonight. I think there was a quote said by the Texas A&M coach a couple weeks ago, and we were reminded of it today, that this game wasn't won tonight, but it was won months ago. This team's put in a lot of hard work, and it's not a lot of luck, but just a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline has went into this, and we're just being able to execute and show that bridge of discipline, which we built all off season.
What do you think the double-digit road win says to the committee, if anything?
I don't know. If you can't tell, we're not too worried about that. We just want to go and compete for the conference. You win the Big 12, you're going to the playoffs. So that's the only goal this team's got right now.
You feel like this win sent a message for you guys, for your own selves, about who this team is?
A little bit, but once again, This team just wants to go and win the Big 12. We got to win another one next week against a UCF team that, I haven't really watched the film, just watched their games. So it'll be another good game. Hopefully we can get one for the seniors, their last one at home, and go on to Arlington. Obviously we're not looking too far ahead now. Got to go beat UCF, but it's all this team wants to do is win the conference. If we do that, everything else will take care of itself.
Bruce, how much do you enjoy blocking and protecting for a backfield that includes Bear and LJ, this type of guys that they are for this program?
Oh, they're so humble. You can see all over the place. There's a lot of guys who are me guys, but not those two. They want to give all the credit to us old linemen, and they're just fun guys to have in the huddle, fun guys to hang out with off the field, just because they're normal guys and they're so humble, giving out credit. I love blocking for them. Those type of guys, you want to pick them up off the ground as fast as possible once they get tackled. They're just both amazing people. Even our wideouts, we play for each other. Hopefully we can show that, and you guys can see that on the field. But yeah, it's awesome having them in the huddle and how much they care for us as an O-line, how much we care for them.
Good?
All good.
LJ, how you feeling physically after a career night for yourself?
Feeling good. It was real fun, be able to touch the ball that many times and have a good outcome, have a win. It was real fun.
Did you think going into the game that the game plan was you were going to be able to pound the ball like you did against them, or did that kind of develop as the game went on?
We kind of have the mentality that we could run on anyone, but I think it just kind of developed as it went on.
Do you have any thoughts about taking a knee going in for the touchdown there, or was it a TD all the way for you?
I did, but then because I was asking them if we were going to knee it instead, so they're like, no, we need to run the ball. So I was like, if you guys didn't want to score, then we shouldn't have ran the ball. But yeah.
223 yards, LJ, it's never easy, but did that offensive line make it maybe as easy as they could have tonight?
Yeah, they made it super easy. They were getting wide open creases. They did a great job pushing up front. They made it. It was probably the easiest night of my life.
Seemed like on a couple of those you got up a little gingerly, but then once you got the ball, you were 100% again.
Yeah, it's just as the same game goes on, sometimes you just feel little tweaks, and then you just got to walk it off, and you're up and good.
You talked about how last week how you're getting more confident with that shoulder. Just is it safe to say now you're completely confident back to your old self?
I just think the confidence is going to keep on growing, and it's been fun. It's felt pretty good today, so I would say it's probably going to keep on growing.
What's changed with this team the last 2 weeks since that loss to Texas Tech?
We just got back to what we were doing before. I think that bye week we had a little bit of extra time, so we changed some stuff, and we were kind of doing things that we usually didn't. So, just getting back to our basics, just doing things that we need to do, and I feel like it's been working out pretty good.
What's going to be different with this team to close out the job and reach Arlington, because last year you guys came up short?
We're gonna have to celebrate this win tonight and then just move on tomorrow, because it's gonna be a really good UCF team, and you've seen our conference, anyone could be anyone, so it's gonna be a good game, and we got to go out there, be ready to play.
Do you get into the whole CFP getting style points debate with anybody, or did you guys even talk about that in the locker room as far as?
Not really, just because Kalani always says, if we win, we'll be in, so the most important thing is winning. So we got to win every game, and we'll be in. So if you want to be in, you just got to win.
You had 44 receiving yards as well tonight. It feels like that's kind of becoming a bigger piece to your game, where you're more of a factor in the receiving game. Is that something you feel pretty confident in as well?
Yeah, I did a lot in high school, so I enjoy catching the ball at the backfield. I always wanted to be a receiver. Kind of wanted to be like Chase, but I'll take the smaller role.
Any other questions for LJ? All right, thank you.
Awesome. Appreciate it.